But thank you, everyone, for attending and being here. It's nice to see everyone's face. I'm sure most people here had to refrain when they saw somebody, "Boy, I hadn't seen you in a while." And I heard that probably 20 times today, and it was refreshing and maybe gratifying to see everybody. It felt like we have been, obviously, through the challenges of the pandemic, we felt like we've been underground. And we've lost something, I felt, in that period. Everyone who lives here in Meadville lives here for a choice, right? That small town feel, that small town enjoyment. And one of that is when you like to see people out, right? Say hello, head nod. We didn't have any of that, right? We had heads down, masks up. And it was a challenge. But we worked through it. From a business community, when the pandemic hit, it was a gut punch, right? For all of us, whether or not you're on the employee side or the employer side. When it first hit, day to day, we didn't know what you could do and what you couldn't do. And people were calling and trying to figure that out. That lasted for weeks and months. Eventually, though, our business community, I thought, found its footing through the help of the Economic Progress Alliance, which obviously is the host tonight, and their loan fund, the county coming later with their loan fund for the hospitality area, and the federal government, augmenting the federal government loan funds. I think we were able to grasp our footing, kind of return to some normalcy, and actually see some growth. And I talked to a lot of people that have seen some record years that they have had at the end of last year and going into this year, which is phenomenal. And I think that's a testament to our community. And I know other communities are similarly situated, but Meadville's unique in that. We have that small town feel, yet we have some great companies and great businesses. And we've been able to overcome that. So the theme tonight is not to look to the past, I think. It's to celebrate the future, right? We're going to celebrate that by naming her a Winslow Award, which is a great recipient, which we'll talk about in a minute. And also to have the comedic stylings, if you will, of a local person, Tammy Pescatelli. We'll be able to hear her. So the celebratory theme, I think, was there today when I first showed up, and hopefully we'll carry it through here. And I promise we'll keep this thing moving. So now I'll turn to Ken Kuhn, who's going to come up and give us our invocation. Ken?
Thank you. If you please join me in giving thanks. Dear Lord in heaven, we're thankful for this wonderful day and the opportunity to share it with each other. As we gather to recognize the past honorees and our new recipient of this prestigious award, we are so thankful for the many gifts that you have given each of us, but especially for the gift of the true leaders of our community, as represented by the winners here. With the many challenges of our time, we ask for your guidance and wisdom to see how the challenges and opportunities and the strength to be willing to do our part in making these opportunities benefit our community. We thank you for this wonderful facility and all those who have worked so hard to make this event happen. We ask your blessing upon us and your guidance so that we may continue to serve in your name. In God's name, amen.
Great job, Ken, and thank you. We all need to thank the Lord for no rain today, right? After building the ark the last couple days, the fact that we got this golf in without rain was great. So is Aaron Kreisman in the house? Let's get our golfing out of the way. Speaking of golf, he's going to come up and do our golf awards. Mike Fair apparently was too important for the gig, right?
Oh, you got hung up a little bit.
You got hung up. Okay, we'll go with that excuse. All right, this is Aaron Kreisman. Aaron, take it away.
All right, everybody, thank you. Again, thank you for coming out to the country club today. We got it in. It was a beautiful day out there. No rain, which was fantastic. Golf course, I thought, was in really good shape out there for what we've been given. So a round of applause to Paul Grove and his staff. A round of applause to Daniel and his staff, who will be serving you here throughout the night. And then Tony and his staff in the back, I'd like to give him a round of applause, cooking it all up for you today. All right, no further ado, we will jump right into it here. We're going to start with the longest putt for men and women. Longest putt on number 12 for the ladies was Janie Martin. Longest putt for the men was Kevin Oviatt, the Beeve. Jumping to number 15, closest to the pin, second shot for the ladies was Shelly Sweezy. And men, I had a hard time reading this one, but the name was, I'm going to go with Mike Rotney. I was close, I guess. That's pretty good. Close to the pin on number 13. It was a great shot. It was right behind the hole, and it had to have almost went in, was Cindy Chest. Closest to the pin on number 6 was Josh Orr. And then closest to the line on number 4 for both men and women, ladies, was again Janie Martin. Only name on there. And right dead smack directly on the line was our own Marty Decker. All right, second place today, very close results with a score of 59, 13 under par in those wet conditions is very good. We had Lincoln, Rich, Wardland, and Kaprowitz. You guys can come on up. I'll give you a little result, or your coupons here. There you go. Good plan. And first place today, sneaking them out by one shot at 14 under and hitting it all over the map. Gilday, Slater, Stearns, and Miller. All right, well, don't go too far when you come up here, Brian. I got another one. Everybody wants to know the skins. Skins today, 2 good skins. An eagle on number 9 was a team of Becker, Swick, and Neely. Oh, look at that. $210 a skin. And the team of, with an eagle on number 12, a 3 on 12, Gilday, Slater, Miller, and Stearns. All right, I think that's about all I got. So enjoy the rest of your evening and have a great time.
Well done, Aaron.
Thanks.
So that's the way it works. You just throw a sport coat on and you're ready for dinner, right? Yeah, so the eagle on number 9, our own Jim Becker actually would, I'll have to credit him for that. He had 2 good shots to catch it on the green. All right, folks, go ahead and eat, but I'm going to have a couple thank yous here and a couple acknowledgments. So we're going to run through these now, so after dinner we can plow through. Hey, Dick, I'm up here, buddy. All right, so the media present, apparently this is first on the list, Sarah, I'm not sure why, but we're loving the media here. My good friend Kevin Tomany is filming this for Armstrong Cable. We always appreciate them coming in and filming this event. We also have Keith Gushert, I got to talk to earlier. He's working for the Tribune for 54 years straight now. So Keith, it's good to have you here as well. Some of our politicians that are in the house. Representative Brad Rowe is here, I think. There he is. Okay, I talked to him earlier. Representative Park Wetland, is he here? You see Park? I'm not so sure, so scratch that. Park is not here. He won't get credit for attending, but I know who is here, and that's County Commissioner Christopher Soft, who's here, and he's also a board member of the Economic Progress Alliance. Chris, thanks for being here. A couple other folks here, and these have connections to the Economic Progress Alliance. Joe Ledford, the president of the board of directors of the Economic Progress Alliance. Joe, wave your hand. Where? There he is over there. Joe and his lovely wife Sheila are here. As I mentioned, Jim Becker earlier, executive director of the Economic Progress Alliance. And let me tell you some other names that you may not be familiar with, and these are the folks that work for the Alliance. The Alliance does a ton of work. The Alliance staff and the GMAD, the Greater Meadville Area Day Committee, do a ton of work for all of us to be here. Most of you who come to golf outings know there's a lot of work behind the scenes. This one is particularly challenging because if you think about it, it's really 2 events in one, right? We go out and golf, and a lot of times you just have to plan a golf outing. But in this event, we also have to plan a dinner. So these folks have done a ton of work, and they need to be acknowledged, and I'll do that right now. That's Angela Annabelle, Deputy Executive Director. That's a nice title, Angela. All right, and let me name 4 other ones, and we can clap for them all at the end. Sarah Fade, who's sitting next to Angela, Becky Marvin, Michelle Anderson, and Cameron Matheny. Thank you to all 4 of you. We appreciate your efforts. All right, what else we got? How about some sponsors? The sponsors are in your agenda and in your program, but let me run through them just so I make an acknowledgement of them, because again, sponsors are critical to these events like they are most events, so I think they deserve their due. And we have the master sponsors, Accutech Precision Aerospace, sitting right over here. Allegheny College, we have folks right back here from the college. Bethesda Foundation for Children, I saw Brian here, so he's here representing Kuhn, Tool, and Die. Back here over my right, Bonnie and Ken are both here. The Meadville Medical Center, they had a group out there. Renee Sante, didn't hear his name about golfing. He didn't cheat enough, apparently, to get his name up here, so that's okay. Northwest Bank was here. We saw Craig Mellon and some other folks from them. Northwest REC, Parker Lloyd Corporation, the Gilday Group, I saw those folks, the J.M. Smucker Company, Westbury. And then we have the luncheon sponsors. Ashley Porter from Porter Consulting sponsored the lunch. Thank you, Ashley. The cocktail hour sponsor, Channellock and Moody's and Associates. Thank you for those. Mike Miller somewhere. I think he's over here. Yeah, back there. I see him. He's back there. He's here. And the golf cart sponsor, which I never knew there could be a golf cart sponsor, but there is a golf cart sponsor. I don't think they bought the golf carts necessarily, but apparently they pay the country club for us to use them, and that's Crawford Renewable Energy. Okay, so I mentioned this earlier, but I want to reiterate it again. The GMAD committee that puts this forward is a committee that works very hard, and I mentioned Angela and Sarah over to my right. They've done a ton of work with this. The other person I want to mention is Bonnie Kuhn, who's back here to the left. Bonnie does a great job. She's been a chairman of this committee for a couple years, and we're happy to have her continue to dedicate her time and efforts in putting this on. So a round of applause for Bonnie. And as we all know, because it's right here on our program, it's the 52nd Greater Meadville Area Day, and there's one person in this room that's been in all 52 Greater Meadville Area Days, and that person's to my left, Dick Burkhart. Round of applause for Mr. Dick Burkhart, my good friend. Okay. All right, we're at the ultimate move here, and that is the awarding of the Winslow Award. So before we do that, we're going to acknowledge all of the past award winners, and let me, if you won't mind, I'll read them all off. They can wave, and then we'll give a round of applause for them when we finish up. First of all, Charlie Anderson, Dennis Frampton, Clark Hoffman, Richard Burkhart, Rob Smith, Willem DeArmond, Don Clausen, George Trainer, and some companies, Channellock, Allegheny, Westbury, Northwestern REC, and Voodoo Brewing. Round of applause for all of our past winners that are here. All right, so let's talk about this Winslow Award, and this is really the reason that we're here, and it is quite an award. I think Dick Burkhart's the only one who hung out with Dr. Winslow back in the day, but everyone else here, his legacy is impressive, and we're here to celebrate it and continue that to this day. So let me read what Sarah put together, and hopefully I do it justice. The Winslow Award was first presented in 1969 to Dr. Harry Winslow in recognition of his 85th birthday, and has been named in his honor ever since. Dr. Winslow is a local physician, businessman, and community activist who was instrumental in the origination of many local businesses and charitable organizations. His service to community and economic development set the standard to which all Winslow Award winners are compared, and this year's recipient is no exception. The Winslow Award honors the group, individual, business, or industry that has made a significant contribution to the economic growth of the greater Meadville area. Let's turn to our recipient. He was born and raised in Connet Lake. After graduating from Penn State University with a degree in architectural engineering, our recipient served in the Air Force and was stationed in Germany. Following military service, our recipient joined a family-owned construction business, eventually taking over its ownership and operation until its sale in 2003. Under our recipient's ownership, the construction company employed an average of 40 people and helped shape the landscape of commercial businesses here in Crawford County. Notable projects include, and this is an impressive list, the Victor C. Leap Commonwealth Building, where the DEP is, the Meadville Post Office, the Meadville Medical Center, Liberty Street addition, the ambulatory, that's not easy to say late at night, surgical center at Grove Street, the memory support center at Westbury, Pelletier Library, the Steffi Biology and Doane Chemistry Building, and the Henderson Campus Center at Allegheny College, the Meadville Walmart, First National Bank in Meadville and Connet Lake, the Connet Lake Elementary and Senior High Schools, and the construction and ownership of several grocery stores, including Riverside, Bilo, and Tops. An impressive list, right? But possibly the most well-known projects of our recipient's career is the Downtown Mall Complex, one of the largest construction projects ever completed in downtown Meadville. It is the result of a partnership between our recipient and the late Weldon Levinson, who formed Tri-County Developers. Built in 1974 by Associated Contractors, its construction completely raised 2 city blocks and eventually grew to occupy 166,000 square feet. Throughout more than 45 years of hands-on ownership, the downtown mall has maintained a 90% average occupancy rate, currently accommodates 275 employees and houses 39 tenants, including local retail stores, restaurants, a radio station, service businesses, and office space. Even under recent new ownership, the mall's management has stayed in the family as our recipient's stepson continues the mall legacy of successful operation and significant benefit to the downtown community. In addition to his contributions in Meadville, our recipient has tirelessly worked to revitalize the appearance and economic activity of Connet Lake Borough. The first project was the creation and development of Ice House Park. Along with 3 other individuals, our recipient donated funds to purchase property at the south end of Connet Lake in 2006. The resulting park continues to be a valuable community asset that offers public space to enjoy scenic views of the lake and hosts several community events such as the Antique Boat Show, Ice House Water Festival, free concerts, and more. With the continued goal of beautifying downtown Connet Lake, our recipient also co-founded the Connet Lake Community Development Committee. The committee and our recipient successfully completed a $4 million revitalization project that includes infrastructure upgrades to Fireman's Beach, Memorial Park, and Water Street from 1st to 3rd Street. As an active member of the committee, the tremendous work accomplished by our recipient continues to benefit both local residents and tourists alike by improving the quality of life in the Connet Lake area. In addition to all that, which is significant, our recipient has also served on the boards of the Meadville Area Industrial Commission, which is the predecessor to the Economic Progress Alliance, the Meadville Housing Authority, First National Bank, the Meadville Medical Center Incorporators, and is active in and serves as an elder at the Presbyterian Church of Connet Lake. He loves his classic boat, 1950 Chris Craft, right, named the General, and it only came home, apparently, some inside information Sarah's obtained, it only came home from 1 boat show without a prize, and that boat show was in Canada. That's right, yeah. He's an avid golfer and a member of both the Country Club and Iroquois Club. Our recipient resides at Connet Lake with the wife of Kathy, 46 years, right? 46 years, and enjoys spending time with his blended family, Brandon and Gary Moss and Dan and Rick Wasson. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's impressive, and I got through with it without stumbling too badly. Our recipient of the 2021 Winslow Award is Bob Moss. Come on up here. Congratulations. Impressive, huh? Yeah, good. Why don't you say a word or two, Bob? Okay. I'm going to hold that. Yeah, put that there. That's good. Yeah.
Okay. I'm overwhelmed. Thank you. I see a lot of people that I know had the opportunity to work with or work around or disturb their next door site or whatever, and I've enjoyed all the time that I've spent in this area. I was fortunate to be, as he said, born and raised in Connet Lake, And Conneaut Lake, to me, is just an adjunct of Meadville. There's a lot of things John put together a list here and so on, and I'm proud of each of those things that I've been able to do in the area, but I couldn't do it without the help of so many of you folks sitting in this room. I can look and see a ton of you folks that helped me. The first one is my wife. And she fooled me. She did not put on any clue. She knew this was going to happen. I had no clue whatsoever. I don't want to belabor my thank you, but I really am sincerely indebted to this area. You gave me the opportunity, you being all of you, your government, people like Victor Leap and the people back there, the Barco family and so on that worked in council, and other people in this community gave me the opportunity to be able to do the things that I really enjoy doing. I grew up in a construction business, and I've enjoyed construction from when I was here to tonight. I thank you, and I'm going to be here for a while, so I'm going to be able to come back and enjoy this evening for another 15 or 20 years. I'm only 84. So thank you.
Thank you, guys. Take this with you. This is yours.
Thank you.
Hamas, ladies and gentlemen. He did the #1. This is very difficult. If you get an award that you don't know you're going to get, you have to get up and say a few words. But he did the #1 thing he's supposed to do. Denny Watson, what was he supposed to do? He did. He mentioned his wife. Well done, Bob. You're darn right he mentioned his wife. So we're wrapping it up, ladies and gentlemen. One final shout out to Tammy Pescatelli. We appreciate her once again. Another round of applause for her. Read her bio, it's impressive. And also on September 22nd on the Jay Leno Show, Tammy, right? Tune in, check her out. Otherwise, again, another thanks to all the staff of the Economic Progress Alliance and the GMAG committee, Bonnie Kuhn and the rest of them. I'm on that committee, but I didn't quite make the program. That's okay. Maybe next year. Thank you for your attendance. We appreciate it. Drive home safe. We'll see you next year at the 53rd Annual Winslow Award. Good night, everybody.